Terrell here again. I'm back with another comic review, this time for Blade Runner issue number 12. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Blade Runner series. It started off Harrison Ford. If you don't know the story, the Tyrell Corporation, which was supposed to be, 2029 or 20, something around the 2020s, they created Android, or what they call in the movies replicants. Replicants were of course, like replicants of humans, and they started this on Mars. They were used for slave labor, and some of the replicants escaped from the planet and came down to Earth, and that is when the Blade Runner organization was created to hunt down replicants, and that is the pretty much the gist of the entire Blade Runner story for the most part, as replicants just wanting to, stay alive. They want to. They're being hunted. They want to stay alive. They consider themselves to be human, or so-called more human. But also, replicants have a specific life cycle. They can only live for so long. So pretty much, like, the comics are going through a lot of, like, the remaining replicants that are still on Earth, and them still trying to figure out ways of trying to stay alive. And that's pretty much like the whole theme of, like, the book so far. And Tyrell, the corporation, the creator of the replicants, his way of creating the replicants because he wanted to figure out a way to cheat death. Now, this actually picks up with a character named Ash, who is working as a Blade Runner, and she's also helping the replicants at the same time. But she gets caught. Pretty much, she gets caught pretty much facilitating everything she was doing with them, and now she is on the run from the law, which is weird because she is she's a Blade Runner. But she like I said, she gets caught, and they wind up landing on a planet, and she's, like I said, they're still trying to find Tyrell's journals, which would figure out a way for the replicants to stay alive. They think that he has something that would allow them to keep living, keep going forward. Like I said, I really don't have a lot of knowledge on the Blade Runner series. I know there has been, like, some novels and some stuff outside of, like, the comics and stuff like that. And of course, the 2049 movie that just came out, I've never had a chance to see that, but I do want to watch it. This does bring you, like I said, I've seen the original, but this does bring you back into that world of, like, who's who. You don't know what the replicants, and like I said, the whole big thing with the first one was, are Blade Runners, some of the people that are Blade Runners hunting down replicants, are they replicants themselves? And that was the whole thing with Harrison Ford's character. Is he a replicant? Is he not? And that was a big question, and that was kind of like the whole thing with the first one, is like, is anybody truly human? Is anybody who they say they are? Like I said, and I feel like this comic does a really good job. Now, this issue doesn't really give you a lot of details of, like, what's going on. You would definitely have to be able to read of course, like 1 through 10 to really get the gist of this, because, like, it's a lot of, like, stuff when it comes to, like, Blade Runner and, like, the politics behind that. And you can't just read one issue with this. This is not a book I feel like you can just pick up in the middle of and keep it going. Like I say, even if I read it for the review, and I was like, okay, what's going on? I had to go back and read a lot of what's going on to really catch it. I mean, some comics you can just jump into it, but not this. I feel like you need to have some knowledge of, like, Blade Runner 2 as a whole. I don't think that this book necessarily does a good job of introducing Blade Runner to new people, or, like, the lore of Blade Runner to new people. But other than that, I mean, like I said, the art is good. But like I said, as far as the story goes, I really can't say so far, because this is really in the middle of something that you would really have to know the knowledge of Blade Runner in the previous comics to really get. But like I said, I mean, so far from what I've read is good, but, like, I definitely have to go back and read the rest. It's issue number 12 so far. I mean, if you guys, on New Comics Wednesday, this comes out in March. If you guys just happen to see it, I would definitely recommend getting a trade first before you pick this up. This is not something that you could just pick up, on the shelf. Just from the tone of it so far, this doesn't feel like a weekly pull for me. This is not something that I would put in my box. But I mean, I don't know. You guys might be into the big sci-fi stuff like Blade Runner. You might enjoy it. But I do definitely remember picking up a trade or something before you jump into this. But like I said, art's good. Story so far from what I've read is pretty decent. Um, like I said, if you want to pick it up, Wednesday comes out March. Check it out. Blade Runner number 12. This has been the shortest review I've done so far for a comic, but definitely, like I said, check it out if you like it. Comes out on Wednesday. This has been Terrell with another comic book review. Thanks for watching.